through 6 games, do you feel like your offense is slowly improving, or is the improvement not what you would like it? So
Well, we're not playing as well as I would like to, but we are ahead of where we were last year at this time by far. I mean, we scored 29 more points this year than we did last year through 6 games, and um, we're scoring more points than we were through 6 games last year. It's just we've been more up and down. I think too inconsistent, especially in the first half. Too many 3-and-outs. Just like to establish a little more rhythm.
What's the kind of the biggest takeaway behind sort of those continual slow starts, I guess? I mean, every game's a little bit different, so I'm not asking to be too granular, but...
Yeah, if I knew the answer, we would have fixed it a long time ago. You know, so it's a program-wide thing. We've started slowly a lot this year, and something we're talking about as a team. We did a few tweaks to our routine this week. The guys, I don't know if anybody's already said this, but we've been getting the guys up a little earlier this week and doing some different things to just try to...
Lifting in the morning, I think.
Yeah, just doing a few things and see if that makes a difference. But bottom line is we just have to focus better and be ready to play, right from the first snap.
And it's definitely something you guys are, like, very conscientious.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes if you focus on something too much, it can become like a complex. But I'd rather I think anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So I'd rather just address it, be honest about it with ourselves, and try to fix it.
Miles has been out, and so has Chase Hansen. Or not Chase, what's his name? Robert. Chase Hansen's the guy up there.
Chase is a good guy too. Chase Hansen's I like Chase Hansen a lot. Yeah.
You know something about
He's a great guy, yeah.
Do you expect, do either of those guys have a chance to be?
I'm hopeful for Miles. I expect Chase to play. I don't think either one's a sure thing yet, but I think there's a good chance that they'll both play. I'd say Chase is probably a little ahead of Miles right now.
How about Gunner?
Same thing. Don't know for sure. He's kind of in the same category as Miles right now.
What do you think's been the difference with Chris Brooks the last couple of weeks, just in his play and the way he's run the ball?
I don't think there's been a huge difference from game to game with Chris. I think he's been a little banged up at times, and so we're trying to use him when we can in the right moments, and he's working his way through some things. Most of the time, playing time is due to how many practice reps you're available to take, and so. But I'm happy with Chris, and I think he'll be an important part of our team the rest of the year.
Sounds like Arkansas's ready to bring some pressure based on some of their interviews out there. Is the offensive line ready for the challenge?
Yeah, that coach, the head coach made that statement, but that's kind of what they do to everybody. They're dropping out of the sky in parachutes and stuff. I mean, they come. That's like a 3-3-6 scheme. It reminds me of playing against Rocky Long or, Coach Mendenhall in the old days. Like you name a coverage or a blitz, they have it, and so that statement is just that's who they are anyway. So I don't think, but yeah.
Jaron made a couple good plays against pressure and had a couple, had the safety and the interception and things when guys were in his face. How do you view him as he prepares for this one?
Well, I'm sure the word is out. He was banged up from the Utah State game and didn't practice really at all last week. And then I thought in the game it definitely wasn't his best game. He played like a guy who didn't practice. I think he still made some great plays that gave us a chance, especially in the second half. But practice reps are important, and fortunately this week he hasn't missed any reps this week, and I expect him to be ready to play on Saturday.
Did you fear at any point last week that Jaron wouldn't play because of his injury?
I knew he was going to start. I knew he was going to be able to start. I did fear, though, just, he got hit pretty good in that Utah State game a couple times, probably the 2 hardest hits that I've seen him take since he's been here. And I know there were a bunch of people mad at me how I handled that fourth quarter, but I just ran the ball to not let them hit him again. And so in that fourth quarter, I was running the ball even on third downs and stuff, was not going to give them another chance to hit him. And so tried to get him to the Notre Dame game as healthy as we could. He was tough and he was able to play through it, but he's feeling a lot better this week, and I expect him to be in a lot better shape.
Last year there was games, as you've noted, where Jaron could have played, but you went to the backup. Was that a consideration at all to go to Jacob?
it didn't really get to that point because he was adamant on playing, and then it was sort of up to us to decide if we were willing to play him without practice reps, and I think he's done enough good things for our program that we gave it a shot, and I trusted him to play without practicing, which is rare. Don't do that very often in college football, but special case, I think, in how much he's played and how much he's meant to our team.
After that first pass, though, did it kind of?
Yeah, the first pass was bad. I mean, he knows it. He was. So yeah, he didn't look great in that first half, and he knows it. I'm sure I don't know what he said to you guys, but he's been very accountable to our team, but he did a lot of things in that second half that gave us a shot. I mean, he made some plays that gave us a chance. So I thought even though it wasn't his best game, I thought he showed a lot of guts and leadership, and I expect him to be a lot better this week.
Did you have to adjust anything with play calling at all, just given his shoulder and his,
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
Hey,
Thanks.
Okay,
thanks,
yep.
Coach. Appreciate it.